Good morning, fishy folks. Happy fish keeping day. So what you're looking at is what I hope is a female German blue ram. It was listed as wild caught. My local fish store bought it as wild caught. It's a little bit bigger than the tank bred variety that he had. There's another one in the back in my QT tank, one of my QT tanks. I spent probably a good hour over 2 different days looking at these rams, trying to sex them. It was very difficult in the store. Rich from Rich's Fishes suggested using the anal fin, and that's what we did. Actually, on one of them, her belly, I think that one, her belly looks pink, so that's a pretty good indication of a female. But the other one, the belly, it could be pink, couldn't be pink, but the anal fin looks more rounded, so that's what we went with. She hid, she's gone. Oh, there she is. You can see her in the reflection. So I picked up 2. I was gonna get 3, but I really couldn't tell a third one, so I figured I'd try these 2. Once they're done with QT, they will go in with my gold ram in there, and hopefully we'll get a pair, and we'll have some ram eggs again. That's the plan, at least. I don't know if you remember or not. Excuse me. The guppies that I had outside, I kept in that QT tank for a couple weeks, and they dropped like 40 fry. They're in another tank, but I put them back with the rest of their kind in this tank just to make room. I do have a barrel outside that actually has 2 guppies in it. I don't know how they got out there. They must have been in the sump, and then when I drained the sump into the barrel the other day, when I did a big water change, somehow they survived and got in there. So I may just put more fish in there, I don't know. But yesterday was a busy day in the fish room. I trimmed all the extra hose and put them, look, it's nothing, it's just extra, and got them draining how I want them draining. So everything is neater, draining properly, at least I think. I did make a couple mistakes. This is all the extra hose I have. So if I would have done it right the first time, I definitely would have saved some money and time. But so like these hoses drain into the back, and drain is here, the overflow is here, so I'm not sure that's the best way to do it. I would like, the way I originally had it is the water filled from the front and then drained in the back, so you got some flow. So I don't know that it's gonna matter much. These tanks over here, I kind of was able to rework it, so you can see like that one flows into the front, and that all these flow into the front, but this one. So I mean, I could put extensions on them if I find that it matters, but I don't know. These are the guppy babies from the fish outside. Some more news in the fish room. In a previous video, I mentioned I was looking at an E-high pump to lower my electrical load. I have this piece of crap sump pump from Harbor Freight. I cannot talk bad enough about them. Their customer service is terrible. Their products are terrible. I would stay away from them if you need anything reliable. This is my 3rd pump in 4 months. They could give a shit. They don't really care. The other issue I have with them is I tried to find the electrical usage for this pump online. I couldn't find it. I called and spoke to some dummy who basically read me what it says on the website, even after I told her I have been on the website for an hour and cannot find what I'm looking for. Then she gave me the number for the company that makes it. which I also told her I have already contacted. So long story short, dummy. So I don't really know how much electricity this thing uses. I know that my new pump, which is the Mag Drive 9, uses 93 watts, which isn't as low as the Eheim pump I was going to use. But the Eheim pump I couldn't buy locally, and I really did want to kind of buy it from my local fish store. And getting parts for Eheim pumps can be difficult. Not necessarily you can't get them, but just can be difficult. So here's my Mag Drive 9. I think I'm just going to use this, and then this, which is a 3/4 to 1 inch adapter, and just cut that other pipe, figure it out, and start going. You know, you want to turn water over approximately 10 times an hour as a rule of thumb, I guess. That's what I look for. It's approximately 450 gallons, give or take. And that pump will pump 950 gallons an hour. However, however, that's at 0 head height. So, you know, from there to there is about 7 feet, which brings it down, I think if I look at the paper, brings it down to about 600 gallons per hour. But every 9-degree bend, you lose approximately 50 gallons per hour. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, another 250 gallons brings me down, where did I say it was at? 600, 250, 350. So I'm close. I may redesign the run so there's less bends, but I don't think turning over the water that low amount, not turning it over 10 times an hour is a bad thing, especially because I have filtration in the tanks also. So this way the water will touch the good bacteria in the sump longer, maybe be cleaner. I think I explained that right, I hope so. So I'm going to start to, actually I'm going to feed the fish, and then I'm letting everything drain, and I will, when I say drain, I have the sump pump off, so water's just draining out of the top tanks into the middle tanks, into the bottom tanks, into the drain pipe, into the sump. So I'm gonna feed the fish, and then I am going to plumb that pump. All right, guys, I'll be back.
Well, we had some babies last night. Love babies. You know what I see when I see babies? Dollar signs. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. So these are green cobras, although that one's really not green. And I'm just gonna call them cobras. Let's do that. And there were a couple of babies in here. I've seen 2 or 3, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's hard to tell with the reflection. I'm gonna say there's 10 there. So that's pretty nice. Plus whoever else is hiding, they're eating now. Eating some Cyclops. Probably feed this tank a little more heavy, so they grow quick. And it's good news. All right, back to work.
Okay, guys, I got the old piece of shit sump pump out. Again, Harbor Freight, piece of crap. Don't buy them unless you only need to use them once or twice. Other than that, if you need to rely on it, don't. Spend real money on a real pump. While I'm looking this way, I noticed something new in the fish room, a basket for all my fish food. I bought these baskets. I believe I was going to put media in them and put them in my sump, and realized they just really weren't what I needed. So I think they were $2 at Big Lots or something. So I found other uses for them. All my fish food is in one, and just other crap that was on my workbench is in the other. I did actually clean up the workbench a little bit. I know some of you guys are like, damn, he's messy, but you know, what are you gonna do? Alright, so let's talk about the new pump. That's the old pump. I think they're like $60 normally, and then Harbor Freight always has that 20% off coupon, but crap, stay away from it. This mag drive 9 pumps 950 gallons an hour. It was I think $125 on my local fish store. He gave me a little bit of a break because he always does, because he's a great guy. One of the reasons why I want to buy from him is because he takes care of me, so I want to take care of him. I've told him flat out, if I come looking for something that I can buy on Amazon or Gemco and it's within $20, I will buy it from him. If it's more than that, I may ask him, you know, hey, I can get this at Amazon for $150. You have it for $180. Can you match? If he says yes, I'll buy it from him. If he comes down a little bit, I'll buy it from him, and he knows that. Okay, so this mag drive comes with this filter, which would filter out crap, but I want to increase biological filtration, so I'm going to add this sponge, an intake sponge. I bought actually 2 of these 2-packs on Amazon. I forget how much they were. They were cheap though. Replacement sponge filter for XY380, pack of 2. I didn't realize how the porosity is of these sponges. I like the thicker ones. They don't get clogged up as much. So I'm gonna try this one. If this one doesn't work, I'll just actually switch it to this one. This is one that I had in a tank. I cleaned, I bleached. I'm just letting it dry out. It's been dry for a couple weeks now. It's good to go, but I'm going to try this one. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to Teflon tape, glue this, drill holes in this obviously, cap, glue that. The reason I am doing that is, actually this I'm probably not going to glue. I lied. I'm probably not going to glue this because it doesn't matter. This, even though this is going to be submerged, I will use Teflon tape and I will glue this pipe because I want full pressure going to the tanks, not losing any in the tank. Typically when I do a bulkhead in the tank, I don't glue it, I don't tape it, I don't do anything, because if water leaks, it doesn't matter. It's leaking into the tank and there's no pressure. This is pressure. So this is how it used to be, like this. I think this is 1 1/4. I reduced it down to 1. Might be 1 1/2. Yeah, I think it's 1 1/2. I don't remember. And I reduced it down. Another mistake I made when I made the fish room is I reduced things to save on pipe, and that probably is a problem. But this output is only 3/4. So rather than, you know, buy a new pipe and a new union, I'm just going to use this 1-inch pipe. I have this 1-inch coupler that will go there, and then the 1-inch to 3/4 adapter that will go there, and then that pipe, so it'll sit like that. All right, guys, I am going to pick that up and then glue what I need to glue, drill some holes, and I'll come back with you. Okay, so here's the pipe. Big holes, little holes. And here's the cap. And I drilled a hole in the cap. I'm not sure I really want it now. I thought it was a good idea, but I'm thinking maybe it's not. So I'll see how it goes. There are some little rocks in the sump as media as well, so if one gets caught up in there, I won't be too happy. So I may actually replace this. I don't know, it's like 55 cents. The problem is I don't have one. I have to go to the store, so I don't know what I'm going to do. But so here's how it's going to work. This pipe goes here. This pipe goes here. And this goes like this. And boom, sponge filter intake. Alright guys, got some more work to do on the plumbing, and I'll be back hopefully with the finished product. Alright guys, here is the finished product. I'm going to go install it, test it out. Hopefully it works, and the pump is powerful enough, and I'm good. But I'll let you know soon. Well, the new pump is in, and it's quiet. It pumps with probably more power than that other piece of crap. I turned one of the ball valves all the way open in the top, and water came rushing out like I expected. The sump is starting to empty. The upper tanks are starting to fill, which will fill the lower tanks, the middle tanks to the lower tank, and so on and so forth.
I would like to show you all these babies. Earlier in the video I showed you maybe 10. There's probably 20 there. I think that big mama over there dropped a bunch of fry last night. Unless she dropped them, but yay, Cobra fry. Alright, I'm going to let this system run, make sure nothing overflows, make sure it works fine, and we'll go from there. You do have to make sure that that filter is not impeding flow into the pump. It looks like I made my my pipe a little too high. You see how it's kind of at an angle? I don't think that really matters much. It fits in that spot perfectly. It does take up less space. Obviously, it's a smaller footprint. Comes with a ginormously long cord. All right. Well, the next project is going to be that pothos plant. I gotta get that in that tank. I'm so bad. All right, guys. Maybe I'll be back. Maybe I won't be back. I'll be back with something. Well, all right. The pump works great. Just as a test, I did open another level. Water comes out still. Not a ton of pressure, but enough pressure where if I wanted to fill a tank or change the design slightly, I could. Pretty quiet. You can see the water draining out of the drain. So again, the water comes from the top tank, drains into the middle level tanks, which then drains into the bottom level tanks, and then drains into the big drain. Hindsight being what it is, I could have stuck with the smaller drain pipe tube, less vinyl tubing, a smaller investment in a pump, although this pump was twice as much as the other pump, but hopefully less electricity used. No real way to know. I would assume much less electricity used because it's a smaller motor. That seems to make sense, but there's no way to know because there's no way to find out the usage of that piece of shit pump over there. Still gotta figure out the pothos plant. I came up with this cockamamie scheme of drilling holes in this, and then I decided to stop. I don't really know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna get a basket with some lava rock, take the dirt out, and just put the roots in the lava rock and let it grow in the sump. Problem is I gotta implement that. Oh, we have more fry in here. I gotta get these guys out because Mom and Dad will eat them because they're so tender and delicious. Be right back. Well, live stuff happening in the fish room. Hi, Nico. So, I got about 10 fry out. There are some more. I just don't really want to have the time to waste to get them. I did see one of the dads eat one. As I said, probably because they're so tender and delicious. This is the aftermath. Water on the floor, water on my pants, water on the glass. But I put them in here with their older siblings for now. I also added some more Java moss, not much, but just a little bit, and spawning motte for them to hide in. I took it from this tank because what I'm going to do is take that filter out to fix it, take these blue diamond fry out. What is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why are they so little? There are some that are like really little. And I don't think any of these moms are big enough. No, they're still juveniles. I don't know. There might be a dead one on the bottom. I think it was stuck in the spawning mop. But I'm gonna, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna take these out, find another home for them.
and then put something else in here. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm going to get a goldfish. I'm definitely going to get one goldfish to take care of the green hair algae in here and this stuff, which I'm having a brain fart. Can't remember what it's called. I know you guys are like, it's, you dumbass, it's this. I can't remember what the hell it's called. Pennywort? No? Fudge. I don't know what it's called. I can't remember. Anyway, goldfish will eat that. That started as, you know, this much, and now it's that much. So a couple more projects in the fish room. Gotta hang this light. Gotta add one of these lights over there. Wow. Talk about ADHD. ADD? I don't even know what it's called. Look, something shiny. Back to this tank. I'm gonna rehome these fish, take that filter out to repair it, put this one in there instead, clean, vacuum out the bottom, and put something else in here. I don't know if I want to put the adults in here to make sure all those fry survive, which I think is what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to get a goldfish today, put it in that 15-gallon, clean that tank up, then put it in that 30-gallon, then clean that tank up, and then maybe keep it in this 55. Obviously without the swords. But I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. The turtle I was supposed to adopt was given to somebody else before I could come get it, which is fine. So I do still have to reseal this tank. I have all the silicone off here, and off here. This paint is just stuck on by what's holding it here. I still have to do the back and that side, clean up those corners, and then I have the silicone all ready to go, GE1, and then I will fill this tank, maybe get an Oscar or a flower horn or something that gets big. Not too big, obviously, but big. Alright guys, this is going to be a long video. If you've stuck around to the end, you know that. If you haven't stuck around to the end, then it doesn't matter what I say. Holy, look at the poop on that fish. Can you see the poop right by the filter tube? It's like 2 inches long. That is a healthy looking poop, if I do say so myself.